Have you ever slept in your buggy? So yes, I have slept in a buggy before. It's not very comfortable. When I was a little kid, I used to sleep in the back seat all the time while my dad was driving home from somewhere. I have memories of being in the back and you couldn't even see out because they had the curtain down and it was cold in the middle of the winter. We were all bundled up in the back and I remember just like huddled there just dozing off, and you could hear a car coming from behind. You'd be like, man, I hope they don't hit us. And then the car would go on around and you'd be like, okay, well, we're safe from that one. And then you continue driving, doze off again, until you heard something else that would wake you up. But it's like in and out. You couldn't really sleep too well in the back seat. Now, if the buggy was parked, depending on where it was, I might sit in it if it wasn't too warm to sleep, or if I was tired. But if it was favorable conditions, it would probably be easier to sleep on the ground than it would be on a buggy seat. It's just not very comfortable. I did fall asleep one time while I was driving. I was at a wake the night before a funeral, and it was that kid Benny's dad that had passed away, and I had stayed the night and tried to stay awake all night, but I did fall asleep a few times. But it was probably the most sleep deprived I'd ever been. And the next day after the funeral, about 1 o'clock, I was driving home about 6 miles, and I remember falling asleep while my horse was walking up a hill. It was just so monotonous, and I was so tired that I kind of just dozed off a little bit. Anyway, God bless you all. Stay safe.